Okay, hello video, welcome again. We continue in this video by showing if to solve a quadratic equation also with a linear term, and the linear term being positive this time, whereas the constant term is negative. So I have 5x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. So now, like we said, okay, our quadratic term is still 1. The linear term is plus 5 as against 5 minus 5 that we have in the previous video. And the constant term is minus 6 here. So meaning I'm looking for the root of minus 6. Okay, so let's first of all ignore the sign and look for the what? The roots, the factors of 6. Let's go. That should be 2 and 3, 1 and 6. We'll also have 3 and 2, or 6 and 1. Now because it's carrying a negative, then that means one of my factors will carry a positive and the other will carry a negative, because when I multiply a positive and a negative number together, I will always have a negative. So it's either I have minus times plus or plus times minus to give me what? Minus. So let us see. If I have plus 2 minus 3, it could either be plus 2 minus 3 or minus 2 plus 3. Take note, here 2 was the one carrying the positive sign, but here it is carrying negative sign. Let's see, I could also have plus 1 minus 6, or I have plus 6 minus 1. Can you see the interchange of the signs? Because the factors of what I'm looking for is what is negative. If what I'm looking for is factor is negative, so my factors must be that one will be positive, the other will be negative. And so let us see which of these factors, when added together, will give me the linear term, which is plus 5, which is plus 5. Let's see. Plus 2 minus 3 will give us what? Minus 1. So this would not work. Plus 1 minus 6. Plus 1 minus 6. So you have 1 naira, you are owing 6. You have 1, you are owing 6. So it's as though when you pay this one, you are still owing 5. You are still owing 5. So this will be minus 5. So this would still not work. Let's look at plus 3 minus 2. I have plus 3 and minus 2 will give me plus 1. Then let's see, plus 6 and minus 1. Plus 6 and minus 1, that's plus 6 plus minus 1 is what? 6 minus 1, which is what? Plus 5. Hence, this is the one we are going to use. Every other one will not work. Whereas when I multiply them together, I will still get minus 6. There's no other one when added together that will give me minus 6. 2 plus 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. Plus 1 times minus 6 is minus 6. Plus 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. Plus 6 times minus 1 is minus 6. But of all these four factors, it is only plus 6 and minus 1 when added will give me plus 5. So we go again, x squared. Now I advise my students that when you are having one positive factor and the other negative factor, try to write the negative factor first and then write the positive later. you shall soon see why that's just to make things easier for you. It doesn't mean that if you write the negative first and then the positive later, you write the positive first and then the negative later, it wouldn't work. You just need to, it just makes the work easier when you write the negative first. So let's go. X squared, instead of writing minus 1 now, in algebra we have minus x. My minus 1 is just minus x plus 6x minus 6 equals 0. So we group x squared minus x. Now I wouldn't have need of saying there's a negative here. There's no negative, so I know that what I will separate my bracket with is still positive, 6x minus 6. So I wouldn't run into that temptation of leaving the negative outside. just like the previous one. But the previous one, you see, we were very careful not to leave the negative outside the bracket, to take it into the bracket. But this now, I don't have to run into that temptation. My positive is outside. And so, what is common between x squared and x? We have what? X, and then x squared divided by x minus x over x, separated by the positive sign. 6x, 6 is common, so 6 comes outside, divided by 6 minus 6 over 6 is equals to 0. X will cancel this, I'm left with just 1x, and this cancel this, I'm left with 1. 6 will cancel 6 here, and this will give me just 1. So I'm left with what? X into bracket x minus 1 plus 6 into what? X minus 1 equals 0. So we have what? X plus 6 into bracket x minus 1 is equal to 0. Then we have what? X plus 6 is equals to 0, or x minus 1 equals 0. That means x is equals to minus 6, or x is equals to what? Plus 1. X equals to minus 6, or x equals to plus 1. And so that's the what? The solution of the quadratic equation. Thank you.